Every year they came, from every corner of Arabia, tribes and clans and caravans pouring into Mecca for the season of Hajj. The city swelled, the markets filled, the streets became rivers of people from every direction, every background, every story. And every year, in this season, the Prophet, peace be upon him, did something. He moved through the crowds, not with an army, not with a platform, not with political influence or tribal backing. He walked, person to person, tent to tent, gathering to gathering, and he offered them something: the truth. Most turned away, some mocked, a few listened, and then left. And year after year he kept walking, because he understood something that the impatient never understand. The right people are always listening. You just have to keep speaking until they find you. And in the 11th year of prophethood, a small group of men arrived in Mecca from a city called Yathrib. They came for Hajj. They had heard about this man, Muhammad, peace be upon him, through stories that had been traveling the trade routes for years. And when they found him, and when they sat with him, and when they heard the Quran from his lips, something happened inside them that none of them had words for yet. They returned to Yathrib changed, and what they carried home with them would become the foundation of a nation. Welcome to Episode 6, The Pledge of Aqabah, the night that built a nation. Quick recap. Last week, we sat with the Prophet, peace be upon him, in the hardest year of his life. We watched the boycott end, only for something worse to arrive. We stood at the bedside of Abu Talib, the shield that protected the Prophet, peace be upon him, for decades, and felt the ache of a man who gave everything except the one word that mattered most at the end. We honored Khadijah, may Allah be pleased with her, the first Muslim, the pillar of the early faith, who left this world with a personal greeting from Allah himself. We walked with the Prophet, peace be upon him, to Taif, and sat with him in that garden as blood dried in his sandals, and he raised his hands and poured his heart before God. We heard him choose hope for his enemies' children over justice against them, and we witnessed the night of Al-Isra wal-Miraj, when Allah answered the year of grief not with relief from pain, but with presence beyond all pain. The 5 daily prayers, given at the lowest point of the Prophet's, peace be upon him, earthly life. And now, after all that darkness, something is beginning to turn. A door is swinging open, and the people who will walk through it are already on their way. Before we meet the people who changed everything, we need to understand where they came from. Yathrib, a city approximately 400 kilometers north of Mecca. Fertile land, date palms, 2 major tribes, the Aus and the Khazraj, and several Jewish tribes who had long been settled there. On the surface, Yathrib was prosperous, but underneath the prosperity, it was bleeding. For generations, the Aus and the Khazraj had been locked in a cycle of tribal conflict that had reached its most devastating point in the Battle of Bu'ath, fought just a few years before this episode begins. The Battle of Bu'ath had torn the city apart, families divided, alliances shattered, blood debts accumulated on both sides that no amount of political negotiation could clear. Yathrib was a city that was tired of fighting, tired of grieving, tired of waking up every morning knowing that the cycle of retaliation was still turning, and that it would keep turning until there was no one left to turn it. They needed something that transcended tribe, something that could unite people whose identities had been built on division. Something that said, there is a loyalty higher than blood, a bond stronger than clan, a peace more lasting than any political agreement. They didn't know that yet. But they were ready for it, whether they knew it or not. Yathrib was waiting. The Jewish prophecy, seeds already planted. There is something else about Yathrib that deserves attention. The Jewish tribes who lived there, the Banu Kanaka, the Banu Nadir, the Banu Qurayza, were people of scripture. They knew their books. And their books, the older revelations, contained references to a coming prophet. A final messenger. Someone who would emerge from the Arabian Peninsula and whose coming had been foretold. The Jewish scholars of Yathrib had spoken about this openly, for years, in ways that the Arab tribes around them had absorbed without fully processing. The idea of a coming prophet was in the air of Yathrib in a way that it was not in Mecca. Some of the Aus and Khazraj had even heard Jewish elders say, in moments of tribal tension, things like, "A prophet is coming. And when he comes, we will follow him and destroy you the way Ad and Iram were destroyed." They said it as a threat. But the words planted something, a question that lived in the backs of minds. Who is this prophet they speak of? They were ready, they just didn't know what they were ready for. It was the 11th year of prophethood. The season of Hajj. Mecca was full. And the prophet, peace be upon him, was doing what he always did in this season, moving through the crowds, offering the truth, being turned away more often than not. Near the hill of Aqabah, a small rise on the outskirts of Mecca, he came across a group of men, 6 of them. From the Khazraj tribe of Yathrib. The prophet, peace be upon him, sat with them. He spoke to them about Islam. He recited the Quran. And something happened. Something that the narrations describe with a simplicity that is more powerful than any dramatic description. They looked at each other. And they said, "By Allah, this is the prophet that the Jews have been warning us about. Let us not allow them to reach him before us." Seerah ibn Hisham. Do you feel what just happened there? The seeds that the Jewish scholars had planted, years ago, in a different city, as threats, had just germinated. Not in the hearts of the people those threats were directed at. In the hearts of the people who had overheard them. All 6 of them accepted Islam that day, 6 men, from a city that was bleeding and tired and ready for something real. 6 men who went home carrying a fire. And when they arrived back in Yathrib, they did not keep it to themselves. They spoke. And Yathrib began to listen. The following year, the 12th year of prophethood, 12 men came from Yathrib. Not 6, 12. The word had spread in the year between the 2 Hajj seasons. Families had heard. Neighbors had listened. The fire that the 6 men carried home had caught in the dry wood of a city that was tired of its own darkness. These 12 men sought out the prophet, peace be upon him. They met him again, near the hill of Aqabah, away from the eyes of the Quraysh. And they made a pledge. This pledge, known as the first Pledge of Aqabah, was not a military pledge. It was not a pledge of war or conquest or political alliance. It was something more fundamental. More human. More real. They pledged to worship Allah alone and not associate anything with him. Not to steal. Not to commit unlawful relations. Not to kill their children. Not to slander. Not to disobey the Prophet, peace be upon him, in what is right. Sahih al-Bukhari. These were not the terms of a political treaty. They were the terms of a civilization. A blueprint for a community of human beings who would hold themselves to a higher standard, not because of social pressure, not because of tribal custom, but because of a conscious, deliberate choice to live by the truth. The Prophet, peace be upon him, hearing this pledge, sent with them a teacher. A companion named Mus'ab ibn Umayr, may Allah be pleased with him. Young. Refined. extraordinarily gifted in recitation and teaching. He had once been among the most fashionable young men of Mecca, famous for his fine clothes and his family's wealth. He had given it all up for Islam. And now, he was being sent to Yathrib to plant the seed properly, to teach people how to pray, to recite the Quran in homes that had never heard it. Mus'ab ibn Umayr, may Allah be pleased with him, arrived in Yathrib. And what happened next is one of the most remarkable stories of transformation in the early Seerah. Mus'ab and the transformation of Yathrib. Mus'ab, may Allah be pleased with him, was hosted by Asad ibn Zurara, may Allah be pleased with him, one of the first believers from Yathrib. Together, they moved through the city. Carefully, wisely, without confrontation. They sat with people. They recited the Quran. They answered questions with patience and clarity. One day, a man named Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, may Allah be pleased with him, heard that Mus'ab was in his neighborhood. Sa'd ibn Mu'adh was one of the most respected leaders of the Aus tribe. He was not pleased. He sent another leader, Usayd ibn Hudayr, may Allah be pleased with him, to drive Mus'ab away. Usayd arrived, armed, angry, ready to put an end to this. He confronted Mus'ab. And Mus'ab, may Allah be pleased with him, calm, grounded, unhurried, said, "Sit down. Listen. And if you don't like what you hear, I will leave." Usayd sat. He heard the Quran. And his face changed. He asked, "How does one enter this religion?" He performed the ritual purification. He said the Shahada. And then he went back to Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, who looked at his face and knew immediately that something had happened. Sa'd went himself to Mus'ab. He sat. He listened. He also accepted Islam. And Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, one of the most powerful leaders in all of Yathrib, went back to his tribe. And he stood among them and said, "Not a single man or woman among you should speak to me until they have accepted Islam." By evening, there was not a single home in his neighborhood that did not have a Muslim in it. This is what happens when the right person carries the truth. Not armies. Not force. Not political leverage. One man, reciting the Quran, sitting with people, patient and clear. And a city begins to transform. The following year, the 13th year of prophethood, Yathrib sent its largest delegation yet. 73 men. And 2 women. 75 souls. Coming to Mecca for Hajj, but with a purpose beyond pilgrimage. They came to make a pledge. Not the gentle pledge of the year before. This was different. This was the pledge that would change everything. They arranged to meet the Prophet, peace be upon him, in secret. In the middle of the night. At the hill of Aqabah. When Mecca was asleep. When the Quraysh, who had spies everywhere, would not see. They slipped out of their tents quietly. One by one. In silence. Through the darkness. Until 75 people had gathered at the foot of that hill. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, came. With his uncle Abbas, who was not yet Muslim at this point, but who came to hear what was being offered to his nephew and to make sure the terms were sound. Abbas spoke first. He addressed the men of Yathrib directly. And what he said is remarkable, because it captures something essential about what this pledge meant. O people of Khazraj, Muhammad's position among us you know. We have protected him from our own people to the best of our ability. He is honored and respected in his own land. Yet he insists on joining you. So if you think you can fulfill what you are inviting him to, and protect him from his enemies, then take on this responsibility. But if you intend to surrender him or betray him after he has gone with you, then leave him now. For he is honored and protected here. Seerah ibn Hisham, the men of Yathrib listened to Abbas. And then one of them, al-Bara ibn Marur, may Allah be pleased with him, stood, and he spoke for all of them, by Allah, we are a people of war and weapons. We have inherited them from generation to generation. And another, Abdullah ibn Rawaha, may Allah be pleased with him, said, O Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, what will we receive in return? The Prophet, peace be upon him, answered simply, paradise. Paradise. One word. And 75 people who had traveled 400 kilometers through the desert said, that is enough. The terms of the pledge, build here. Each term carries weight. The Prophet, peace be upon him, then laid out the terms. He said, I take from you a pledge, to protect me as you would protect your women and children. Seerah ibn Hisham, al-Abbas ibn Ubadah, may Allah be pleased with him, stood and said, O Messenger of Allah, do you realize what you are pledging with these people? You are pledging to take on all of Arabia. If your wealth is destroyed and your nobles are killed, will you then abandon them? He was asking, on behalf of all of them, whether the Prophet, peace be upon him, would stay if things became hard. The Prophet, peace be upon him, looked at them, and said, blood is blood. Destruction is destruction. I am from you and you are from me. I will fight whoever you fight. I will make peace with whoever you make peace with. Seerah ibn Hisham, I am from you. And you are from me. Can you feel what those words meant to people who had spent their entire lives defined by tribe and blood and clan, people who had never belonged to anything beyond the boundaries of their own group? I am from you. And you are from me. This was not a political alliance. This was the creation of a new kind of belonging. A belonging based not on blood, but on truth. Not on tribe, but on faith. One by one, the 75 people came forward. And they placed their hands in the hand of the Prophet, peace be upon him. And they pledged. The voice in the dark, and then, in the middle of this pledge, something happened. A voice rang out from the darkness of the valley below, loud, piercing. O people of the gathering! Muhammad and the renegades with him are conspiring against you. It was a voice designed to break the moment, to scatter the people, to bring the Quraysh running. The companions looked at the Prophet, peace be upon him. He was calm. He said quietly, return to your camps. The 75 people slipped back into the darkness. Back to their tents. Before the Quraysh could confirm what had happened. The next morning, the Quraysh went looking, they found nothing conclusive. The meeting had happened in the dark. The pledge had been made. And now, for the first time in 13 years of prophethood, the Prophet, peace be upon him, had a home waiting for him. From among the 75 who pledged that night, the Prophet, peace be upon him, chose 12. 12 leaders. Called the Nuqaba, the representatives. 9 from the Khazraj, 3 from the Aus. Each one responsible for his people, each one accountable for what had been pledged. Among them, names that would echo through the rest of Islamic history, Sa'd ibn Ubadah, may Allah be pleased with him, the chief of the Khazraj. A man of generosity so legendary that his house was known throughout Yathrib as the place where no hungry person was ever turned away. Sa'd ibn Mu'adh, may Allah be pleased with him, the leader whose conversion had transformed an entire neighborhood in a single evening. He would go on to become one of the most pivotal figures in the battles that would define the early Muslim community. Usayd ibn Hudayr, may Allah be pleased with him, who had come to drive Mus'ab away and ended up saying the Shahada instead. Asad ibn Zurara, may Allah be pleased with him, the man who had welcomed Mus'ab into Yathrib in the first place. The quiet, steady believer who had planted the seed. 12 leaders. Chosen from among 75. Given responsibility for a community that was about to become the center of the Islamic world. The Prophet, peace be upon him, looked at these 12 men and said, "You are the guarantors of your people, just as the disciples of Isa, peace be upon him, were guarantors for him. And I am the guarantor for my people." Seerah ibn Hisham. The disciples of Jesus, peace be upon him. The Prophet, peace be upon him, honoring this new group of leaders by connecting them, across centuries of prophetic history, to the loyal companions of a previous messenger. This is the continuity of prophethood. This is Islam, not a new religion breaking from what came before, but the completion of a line that stretches back to the beginning of human history. The pledge was made. And almost immediately, the Prophet, peace be upon him, gave permission. The Muslims of Mecca could begin moving to Yathrib. In small groups. Quietly. Without fanfare. And they went. One by one. Family by family. Leaving the only city they had ever known, the city that had been their home and their prison simultaneously, and moving towards something that felt, for the first time, like genuine possibility. The Quraysh, watching this, felt something they had not felt before. A different kind of alarm. Because this was not like the migration to Abyssinia, a crossing of the sea to a distant foreign land. This was closer. More strategic. More threatening. The Muslims were gathering in a city with allies, people who had pledged to protect them. With organization. With leadership. With a plan. And the Quraysh, who had spent 13 years trying to contain this movement within the walls of Mecca, could see that the walls were not going to hold. Something was coming. Something they could feel but not yet name. The migration continued. Until most of the Muslim community in Mecca had gone. Until the streets that had once held this growing community were emptying. Until only a few remained. Among them, Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him. Who had been given permission to leave, but had asked to wait. Because he was hoping, with a hope that speaks to the deepest loyalty in the human heart, to make the journey with the Prophet, peace be upon him, himself. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, waiting in Mecca as his community left around him, knew that his own time was coming. That the city of his birth, the city of the Kaaba, the city of Khadijah, may Allah be pleased with her, the city of Abu Talib, the city of every memory and every wound and every prayer and every triumph, was about to be left behind. That, however, is a story for the next episode. Part 7. Lessons for today. Let us bring this home, because this episode carries lessons that are quietly radical and deeply necessary for the world we are living in right now. Lesson 1. The right people are always listening, keep speaking. The Prophet, peace be upon him, went to gathering after gathering, tribe after tribe, tent after tent, and was turned away again and again. And then, in the 11th year, 6 men from Yathrib were listening. Keep showing up, keep speaking. The people who need what you carry are already somewhere in the crowd. Lesson 2. The seeds others plant, grow in unexpected soil. The Jewish scholars of Yathrib spoke of a coming prophet as a warning to their Arab neighbors. And it was precisely those Arab neighbors, not the scholars themselves, who recognized the prophet, peace be upon him, when he came. What you plant is not always for who you intend. Truth has its own trajectory. Be faithful to planting it and trust where it grows. Lesson 3. One person, carrying the truth with patience and skill, can transform an entire community. Mus'ab ibn Umayr, may Allah be pleased with him, arrived in Yathrib alone. He transformed a neighborhood in an evening. He transformed the city in a year. Not through argument, not through force, through the Quran, through patience, through sitting with people and giving them the chance to hear. You do not need an institution behind you. You need a message and the character to carry it. Lesson 4. True belonging transcends tribe. The Pledge of Aqabah created something that Yathrib had never had, a bond that crossed tribal lines and ancient blood feuds. In 2026, in a world more divided than ever, by race, by politics, by nationality, by religion, this pledge is a direct challenge. Is your primary loyalty to your tribe, or to something higher? The Prophet, peace be upon him, built a community on the latter. That community changed the world. Lesson 5. Sometimes the city you leave is the price of the nation you build. The companions left Mecca, their homes, their memories, their buried loved ones, everything familiar, and what they built in Medina became the most important community in Islamic history. Some seasons of your life require you to leave something behind to build something real. Do not confuse familiarity with destiny. The place you are leaving might be exactly the price of the place you are going. Emotional climax. I want you to imagine something with me. It is the middle of the night. Mecca is asleep. At the foot of the hill of Aqabah, 75 people have gathered in the dark. They came from 400 kilometers away. They left their families, their businesses, their beds, and they made this journey in secret, to stand in this place, in this darkness, and make a promise. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, is among them. This same man who sat bleeding in a garden in Taif, who wept at his uncle's bedside, who stood at the Kaaba with garbage on his head and said to his daughter, Allah will protect your father, who walked for 13 years, tent to tent, tribe to tribe, and was turned away more times than any of us will ever know. He is standing here, in the dark, and 75 people, one by one, are coming forward, and placing their hands in his hand, and saying, we are with you. And the Prophet, peace be upon him, who had endured so much, who had lost so much, who had kept walking when every earthly reason to stop had presented itself, was not triumphant in that moment. He was not thinking about what this meant for his power or his position. He was thinking about them, about these 75 people who had come out in the dark to stand with him, about the city that was waiting, about the community that was about to be born, about the Ummah, the vast, centuries-spanning community of believers, that this night was making possible. One pledge, 75 hands, and a nation was born in the darkness. And somewhere in that darkness, if you listen carefully, you can still hear it. The sound of hands being extended, the sound of a promise being kept. I am from you, and you are from me. Today, together, we watched something shift. We met the 6 men from Yathrib whose hearts recognized what their minds were still processing, and who went home carrying a fire. We watched Mus'ab ibn Umayr, may Allah be pleased with him, the young man who gave up fashion and wealth for faith, walk into a city and transform it with nothing but the Quran and his character. We stood at the foot of the hill of Aqabah, in the middle of the night, as 75 people made a promise that the whole world would eventually feel. And we heard the Prophet, peace be upon him, say, to people he had only recently met, words that built an ummah, I am from you, and you are from me. In our next episode, the most dangerous journey in the history of Islam, the Prophet, peace be upon him, and Abu Bakr al-Siddiq, may Allah be pleased with him, alone, leaving Mecca in the dark, with the Quraysh on their trail, a cave, a spider's web, a dove's nest, and the most famous journey of migration in human history, the Hijrah to Medina. That episode will take your breath away. If this episode gave you something today, share it with someone who is tired of belonging to something small. someone who is searching for a loyalty that transcends tribe and politics and the noise of the world. Tell them, there is a story, 14 centuries old, that is still answering the question they are asking. And it starts with 75 people in the dark saying, "We are with you." Until next time.